Man, it's early dusk already. Okay. I'm injured. I need to relax. Just relaxation and expeditions this year, basically. I wonder, do I have enough to, because my perception's gotten decently high. My animals is getting decently high. I wonder if I've gotten enough stats to be able to, like, do any more stuff. Like, I think we might have the ability to go with Cal's thing now, potentially. Hey, Cal! No, I need biology, not animals. Who is animals? My biology is actually pretty close. I think Disses requires, like, bravery or something. Base has, right, nothing we can do. Anemone high. Yeah, we're not even close to being tough enough for an enemy. And Tangent is reason, I'm pretty sure. How you doing, Tangents? Reasoning of 80. Yeah, that's gonna be a stretch to get to, especially since we're dedicating so much time to expeditions this year. Alright, let's equip the Hop Eye. Yeah. Relaxation time. Huzzah. Relax in the park. You and Cal go for a walk with your Hop Eye, Optimus Prime. Cal loves Little Creature, and they love him right back. They must instinctively know that Cal is a safe person. Cal scritches Optimus Prime's chin. You're so lucky to have a little friend. Oh, these are both so good! Why? Why must you make me choose? I guess they didn't make me choose, but like... This year, Governor Lum's ascension to the Vertumnalia stage is heralded by an entire military band. Their instruments shiny and nano-printed new. They march out of command in formation, splitting and forming a phalanx at the foot of the stage as Lum takes his place before you. Spotlights turn on with heavy ka-chunk noises, illuminating Lum in a halo of floating dust particles. He spreads his arms wide. Hello, Vertumna! His voice booms over the speakers. Are we winning, or what? The reaction is mixed. You look around. It's easy to see the ones cheering the loudest are Helios, and people who've fully adopted their mentality. Like an enemy, the Stratos are more reserved, some even silent. Security Chief Red is one of them. His usual stony expression hiding his true feelings. Regardless, there is enough cheering that Lum has to wait for it to die down before he continues. We are killing it out there, people, he exclaims. Every day we claw a little more territory from the savage aliens of this planet. A Watato pod arcs through the air and lands with a broken splort at Lum's feet, splattering him with juice. You don't see who threw it, but the faction from Geoponics is looking restless. They begin to jeer and stomp their feet. Lum continues on, raising his fist. Those Xenos attacked us first, and now they're learning, don't mess with humankind. The crowd is now evenly split between cheering and booing. The Stratos are agitated, and you hear calls for things to return to how they were, and how Lum and his soldiers are killing the planet. Even the council lined up before the stage, and facing the crowd looks conflicted. That ain't how it is, Utopia turns and hollers up at Lum. You don't even know what it's like out there. You just send folks out to die for your stupid war. Utopia hops on stage and routes her own hearspeak through the speakers. He's lying, she yells bitterly. This year we lost 2 surveyors in the swamps, Sorrel and Quinny. They'd be alive today if Lum hadn't sent them to clear out a manticore den for no good reason. She jams her finger against the governor's chest. The only threat to our colony here is you! Lum's smile doesn't change, but his eyes go cold. He snatches Utopia's hand and calmly slowly crushes her holopalm crystal with his thumb. You can hear the crunch of the bones of her hand before her feed cuts out. Utopia yelps as her knees buckle with the pain, her bravado gone. She holds her broken hand to her chest and is too shocked to resist when Lum shoves her off stage. The crowd is stunned into silence as well. Lum clears his throat and approaches the end of the stage, looming tall over the council. "Thank you for your inputs," he says icily. "Your concerns have been noted." This isn't the buffoon Lum presents on his daily holovlogs, or the nuisance he is when he visits a worksite. You see something in his eyes you've only caught glimmers of before. Hatred. "You Stratos are lucky we didn't crush you under our boots and take your colony by force," he sneers. "Before we got here, this colony was doomed. You're only alive because I was merciful. Just a bunch of burned-out hippie fugitives. What was your plan for surviving out here? Wishful thinking? Singing songs and talking to animals?" Laughter ripples through the Helios. "You," he gestures to the council, then jerks his thumb at his chest, "need us. Not the other way around. I'm done pretending. I need to listen to your opinions. If you want to live, you'll do what I say." Okay, that's getting a bit authoritarian for my tastes. He stares at Dr. Instance, who glares up at him with hate in her eyes as she tends to Utopia's hand. "Maybe it's time to clean house," he threatens. "We need team players here, ones who share one vision for the future of Vertumna." After a few tense moments, Seek clears their throats.
Sir, shall I continue with the traditional formalities now?"
Lum scowls down at Seek, then throws his hands in the air. "Whatever. Do it if it makes you feel better. You're all cowards." He turns and stalks off the stage, his marching band scrambling to follow him with his exit song. As promised, there are no contests this year, but there's plenty of food and alcohol. As the sun begins to set, the Helios, including Vase and an enemy, head straight for it, and look ready to party into the night. The other teens seem a little less at ease. Dis, quite predictably, has already left.
I don't know, I'm not... It's a bit tense here. I'm not sure I'm necessarily looking to plant a flag with the Helios or the Stratos. You know, I'm curious to see what Dis is doing. He always seems to have his pulse on, like, what really matters. You look everywhere, but Dis is nowhere to be found. He's not up on the walls, or in the robotics lab, or hanging out outside of expeditions. He's just gone. Not even Congruence could get a read on his location. You grow steadily more anxious as the late sunset comes and goes. Where could he be? The festival continues after sunset with a huge bonfire and raucous dances. Someone carries a trippet over from the ranch to be skewered and roasted over the flames. You're far enough away that you can't hear the plant-like creature's dying wheeze, but the smell of roasting flesh is hard to escape. And delicious. Sheesh, man. The smell of roasting flesh is one of the great pleasures of life. As the party winds down, you catch sight of a familiar shadow creeping in through the front gates. Congruence cheerfully informs you that she now has location data for Dis, and you breathe a sigh of relief. At least he's home. But where was he? The week after Vertumnalia is one of the hottest since you landed. You're supposed to take time off for a much-needed break, but it's just so humid and awful, and tempers are short. Shortly after the festival, you start seeing graffiti cropping up everywhere. It seems that a lively, if not particularly civil, conversation between the two factions is being held on the flat surfaces of the colony. Lum announces a zero-tolerance policy for political graffiti, but you notice that not every tag is being removed. Just the ones against the war, of course. The atmosphere of the colony is oppressive, as thick as the choking dust heat itself. Everywhere you try to relax, people just want to talk about the war. To make matters worse, the sweltering nights are making your nightmares intense again. You return to work feeling more stressed than before. Well, that was fun. Mid-dust. Okay, I do kind of want to get out there again and join the hunt, keep the colony safe for this upcoming year, because otherwise, who else will? Can we see what the, what is this? Security rating is at 80%? That seems pretty good. Food supplies are at 50%. All those found defacing colony property with political graffiti will be punished to the fullest extent of my authority. You have been warned. Do your part to protect from Temna. Join the colony defense or a hunting party. Okay, yep. We know about this. Alright. Back on expeditions. How you doing, Dis? I hate it here, Dis says. I wish everyone was dead. Then everything would be back to normal. Can't say I agree. Yeah, call me a radical or what have you, but personally, I put human flourishing at the top of my list of things that I want to see happen. Let's see. It's 8 events remaining, 6 collectibles, and of course the boss event. Let's see if we can get through. Let's finish this hunt. Alrighty. And once again, we'll use our patented strategy of ignoring everything that's not on the critical path. Because otherwise, how are you going to get what needs doing done, you know? Also, so we currently have... I really want my Hopai equipped. Oh, the Sun Medallion is only +5 on the first round of a challenge. So the Hopai could actually... You could get... Yeah, let's try Hopai and Superhero Cape together. That seems like a decent combo. Then we got bonuses for pairs and the other. And who knows, maybe having the Hopai equipped will help make our events cooler. Come on, Optimus Prime, let's do this. My greatest and most loyal friend in this whole planet, Optimus Prime. Okay. Presume we gotta do this to progress. Let's go, Optimus. The swamp has flooded here, and water has risen to almost completely cover the trees. The islands you make your way across are actually the tops of giant mushroom-topped trees, barely rising out of the marsh. The water is clearer than usual, so you can see down through the underwater canopy to the jungle beneath the surface. You think it's just marvelous to peer down at the underwater forest, but Vase is antsy and looking for something to fight. He scouts on ahead. You're hurrying to catch up when several muckwalkers come flopping out in front of you. They're twice as long as you are tall, smacking and slithering in your direction with hundreds of little fins. The creatures are slow and clumsy out of the water, but it doesn't really matter when you're that big. Well, let's fight them. Combat challenge. Our strong suit, of course. Okay, what can we do? And we're short of straights. We could make a straight if we wanted. We could do like 3, 4. Then get this in here and make it a 5. With a mushwood log. 21 on the first round, that's not bad. Next up, okay, we can get a 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, actually. Okay. Gotta get 40 this time. That might be tough. Especially with this hand. Pair of 3s, pair of 4s, and a 2. I guess it'd be better to do it this way. Yeah, maybe this is a redraw the hand sort of situation. Yeah, let's use a crystal cluster here. Okay, this looks a bit better. We've got an 8. We can turn this into a 6. Get a pair of 4s going. Obviously, wait, what? These become 6s. So I guess at this point you might as well do something more like this. Now you're almost there. Yeah, I think maybe in this case we just push through and do the 15 stress. Yeah, that's the best we could have done. Without using items. In their clumsiness, the muckwalkers seem more likely to crush or drown you than to actually eat you, assuming that's what they're trying to do. It's hard to tell. You kill one and the other slithers off. Vase shows up just as you finish it off. He pouts. You have all the fun. Well, yeah, maybe it's because I'm here for fun and you're here for, like, murder, you know? We are not the same, you and I. Can we get around this? We can't get around this. Okay, let's give it a shot. The worst thing about hunting in a bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boots when you try to move. You're stuck. You poke at it with a stick, then lose the stick. How deep does this go? And obviously, what you do in this case is you build a bridge not with engineering, but with creativity. You find some branches that seem light enough and strap them together using tall grasses, making a kind of raft. You drop it onto the muck where it sits without sinking. Then you make a second raft, walk to the end of the first, and drop it down. Then you pick up the first raft, walk to the end of the second, and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vase are able to cross without even getting wet. It takes forever, but it works. There we go. See? Brains, brawn. Taking on the marsh together. What the heck? I don't think I've ever seen this creature before. Its face is disturbing. You and Vase hear a crashing, growling noise nearby. Two manticores are fighting. They're so invested in their battle, they don't even notice you approach. One of the manticores looks much older than the other. Its tail bitten short, and its mane mangy, with old tattered flowers. The younger one is in much better condition, but is significantly smaller. I'm not sure it really matters who we root for. Let's root for... The old one's probably scary. Let's root for the young one. You and Vase settle in to watch the fight. The young manticore has speed on its side and confuses the older one by snapping its tail in its face. Crack, crack, like a whip. It lashes the old one across the forehead as the old one snaps its jaw in furious pain. The young one quickly darts in and lands a hit with its crab-like talons. You cheer quietly to yourself. Vase pumps his fist in triumph. Go, youth! But the older one has patience, stamina, and wisdom. It takes the hits, waiting until the young one starts to tire. It backs up every time the young one slashes until its haunches are braced against a tree. The young one, confident its foe can't escape, goes in for the kill. The old one has been conserving its energy for this moment. It pushes its back feet against the tree and launches itself upwards, right on top of the young one, landing on its back. It tears ferociously at the young one's flanks. The fight is over. In a moment, the older, half-tailed manticore is victorious over the clearing. The younger one tries to slink away, but collapses nearby, bleeding heavily from the wounds in its sides. It looks like it won't get up again. Vase makes a gun-shooting gesture. He thinks you should kill them now. Sure. For the colony. Okay, we got an 8. That's pretty good. We got a 6. We got a 3 that we have to keep between rounds. What a curse. I got a 2. How annoying. We could do like a 6. And then we could do like a 4, 5. I could at least turn it into like a 3, 4, 5. This is awful. But in it being awful, we preserve our good cards for next round to have an even better round 2 and so on. Okay, we can get a lot of 4s going, I guess. And this. We could turn it into a 4. Like so. That's something. Okay, let's see. We got an 8, we got an 8, we got a 6, we got a 5. another 5. So I'm thinking here the obvious play is you take... Hold on. What is the obvious play? Is it the red? I mean, I'm not sure it really actually matters. Actually, it probably does matter. So this will turn into a 7. Yeah. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 now. Seems like a win to me. You kill the victor, then finish off the younger one. You and Vase give each other a high 5. 2 more creatures that won't attack the colony. Their meat isn't edible, and their pelts aren't good for much, but you remove their tails and talons. Maybe someone will give you some kudos for these. Alright, +1 colony defense. Gives you that, like, warm, fuzzy feeling inside, you know? The knowledge that you're defending the colony. Okay, we gotta be getting up on the boss of it soon, right? You and Vase are walking down a path made by some creature, probably bushbubs. They like to make paths. What you find, though, isn't a bushbub. It's a snapbladder, a much more aggressive foe. You've seen nests of the things squirming around and crying out, trying to lure people into their hungry mouths, but this one is on the move. It's crawling across the path. Slowly. From its round, lumpy form, you wonder if it's pregnant? These things are a danger to surveyors and could potentially kill someone who fell into a brooding nest. They swell up so huge they can't move anymore and instead half bury themselves and lie in wait for their prey to come too close. You take this one, Vase says, gesturing to the lumber beast. Looks like your speed. An easy combat challenge or an animal challenge? I'll analyze it. Okay, this is not bad. I'm gonna give you go for like a 6, 7, 8 right off the bat. But I almost want to save it, but like, whatever. Better pair of 5s. Get delusions out of here. Nah. Don't be stupid. If you make this first one count, then you're more likely to make next one's count. There. There you go. 30 on the first one. That's not bad. Okay, we can get another... Here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks good to me. Okay, we'll make something good out of these, hopefully. Oh, my goodness. 4s exist. And then we can do, like, this and, like, that's a positive development, at least. And we can do, like, this. Can we draw a card? There we go. That's an improvement. Boom. Okay, that's there. Yeah, can we get like a... Look, it's like an every other straight. Yeah. Maybe one more card? Another 4? Yeah, it's something. Push through for 5 stress. Hold on. What if we put this in? Okay, yeah. No, that's good. What if we just did this? There we go. Outright win. The creature seems uninterested in you, more concerned with getting where it wants to go. You're able to take a few really good readings on its biochemistry, even snagging a sample of its clear, gooey slime. You take so long, Vase eventually just pulls out his plas cutter and cuts it open. Here, he says. Now you can do an autopsy. You're welcome. The cut open snapbladder carcass exhales a noxious cloud of acid mist. It stings your eyes and makes your lips tingle. But you're okay. And this gives you a chance to examine its insides too! Science! Okay. Ooh, baba fruits. Thank you. We're running low on items, so it's actually good to see these. quite the positive developments. Oh, and there's the boss. We don't have much leeway here, but hopefully whatever challenge awaits is not too tough. Got some medicinal roots. What do we even do with medicinal roots? Because they don't come up in the... Oh, those are what lets you draw a card. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, are we missing any other items that could be of use? No. Alrighty, here we go! Unisaur. It's getting late. You and Vase should be heading home soon. Then you spot it. There on a plateau, half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue evening sunlight. A Unisaur. You pull out your holoculars. This one has particularly beautiful orange coloring, a pale bluish white. The last rays of sunlight shimmer through its rainbow mane as it paws the ground and sniffs the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? Let's get a bit closer. Just a wee bit closer. Okay. Two. Get a pair of 2s and a 3. But now, future... Oh my goodness. Just straight up set of 5s. There. Honestly, I was expecting more. Gotta get 59 this round. That's no easy task. Can get a 7-8. We could turn this into a 6. 6, 7, 8. Then get a 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push through for 10 stress. Seems reasonable to me. I don't think there's really anything we could do to make this significantly better. And I don't think like switching this out would improve our lot at all. So yeah. Push through. It's the last thing we're doing here anyway, so it's fine. Vase watches you, expecting something bad to happen. You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at a time for it to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau. But when you do, the Unisaur bows, seeming to accept you. What do? You could capture it. Kill it. Unisaur's horn. +1 to guards with gems. Or film it. Could we get a Unisaur pet? That seems pretty cool. I'm, okay with animals. Yeah. This beautiful wild beast is far from tame, and you wonder if this is the right thing to do. But if it was Vase's choice, you would just kill it? And surely this is more merciful. You have a moment where you look it in the eye and see intelligence. Murderous intelligence. But it actually follows you down the slope without any trouble at all. You get the sense that it's chosen you, or at least it's curious enough about you to want to learn more about you. You radio Cal to let him know you're bringing home a new Unisaur. A Unisaur? He chuckles. No idea what we're going to do with one of those, but we'll figure it out. It sure looks like it trusts you, he continues. Make sure you come to Geoponics to keep that bond up. We could use a hand with the other animals, too. Okay. I guess we'll go home. We could keep exploring, but we'll go home. There we go. Hopefully we didn't just, bring a spy or a potential traitor into our midst.